Hello, my dog lovers. Hi. I know from social media and from the emails that you send me that sometimes you like to know the background of why I decide to formulate certain products or come to certain decisions, what to do and where to kind of direct my path. And one of the main inspirations are life stories and things that I witness with my own eyes and people that I meet. And one of the most influential people in my life was Mrs. Kratka. And Mrs. Kratka had been in my life for 50 plus years. When I was a little kid, I used to go and visit Mrs. Kratka. She was a friend of my parents, and she lived my hometown. She lived nearby a lake where we used to spend the summers. Every morning and evening, she would just kind of put her swimsuit on and walk across the street to the lake and went for a swim. And obviously, she was a dog lover as well. And she had these little dogs, little Pomeranians. They all were called Fabi. She had about five Fabis in her life. And they all were biting anyone who came close to them. So it was quite a semi traumatic experience. But the reason why I'm sharing this story is that as time progressed, Mrs. Kratka started to have problems with her back. And when I decided to bring her to Canada when she was about 86, I could already see that her mobility was declining, but she was still able to get on the plane and fly 11 or 12 hours across the ocean. And we had a great time. But as time progressed, I could see that she was deteriorating. And eventually she ended up bedridden and not being able to walk because she had mobility issues and back issues and was in very severe pain for several years. And I was lucky to learn on time that she was in her last days of her life, and I basically reserved the flight to the Czech Republic and was able to arrive just about an hour or two before she died. And I will never forget that somehow she was probably waiting for me because we were really close. And when she died, I kind of could not forget about the fact that it was not her mind, it was not her body, but it was her mobility that actually failed her. And that probably was the point where I decided that I should be kind of trying to improve mobility, not only dogs, but also people. And when we created Joint Butter, I remembered Mrs. Kratka again, and also remembered the many people in my life who complain about their back pain and joint pain and can't move as well and can't get up and keep falling and breaking bones and all that. I thought that it was really the right time to launch Joint Butter for people, Joint Butter H plus. So that's the story behind Joint Butter. I really am grateful for not only having Mrs. Kratka for many years in my life, but also for her to inspire me to not to forget that the dogs need healthy people and mobile people. So if you have any joint and mobility issues, any muscle aches and ligament tears or any problems, I hope that you will try Joint Butter and that you will also feel the difference. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And I can't wait for your feedback. Take care.